reforming the government delivery system through direct benefit transfer is a progressive step, but it has certain limitations to come in. So we know that direct benefit transfer system means government is transferring all the benefits like pension, subsidies, everything through the bank account of the intended beneficiaries. But though it is a progressive step, but it has many practical implications or problems. What are they? For instance, government is transferring the LPG subsidies directly to the consumer's bank account to remove the intermediaries, to plug leakages and all. But what if the people are not having bank account? For that, what is needed? Financial inclusion is needed. Government has tried Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana to ensure that every household is having a bank account. But in many areas, like forested areas of Dantewada, Chhattisgarh, etc., there is no presence of bank infrastructure. Then how can people get the money through banks? Now, having a bank account is just one aspect. Like, what if people are not familiar with the modern operations like online banking, like ATM services kind of thing? Then there is other issue. For example, in certain parts of Jharkhand, despite having the bank accounts, individuals, instead of looking at their mobile like for notifications of the cash credit and all, or just using the ATM cards for checking the bank balance and all, instead of that they are traveling long distances to reach their banks. Okay, bank may be some 20 kilometers away, so they are just like spending their one day savings to go and check their bank balance, largely because of the unfamiliarity with the mobile banking or ATM. So digital literacy, lack of digital literacy is an issue, and this is just one issue. Like, sometimes the people's data are not entered properly in the government records. From Andhra Pradesh, there was a news that like due to mismatched Aadhaar and bank data, several people in 2017 were left out of the benefits of pension and many other perks. So it shows that the data precision is much critical, and with the data precision is critical, that is one aspect. You have to take care of other important aspects like market dynamics. You know what? We are asking the people, the government is asking the people to buy the product under market price. For example, LPG. Government is, imagine that government is giving 300 rupees LPG subsidy. But like government is telling that you buy LPG at market rate of 1000 rupees, then we will be reimbursing 300 rupees to your bank account. But what if the people like the urban poor families or any other rural poor families, they are not having this 1000 rupees upfront payment for buying this at a market rate? Then like there is no point in giving telling that we'll be giving the subsidies, because like initial level people has to buy it, right? People are not buying it. So market dynamics, the government should control the prices as well. That is one aspect. Then continuing with the data accuracy, you have to talk about one more point, that is identification of beneficiaries. Like in many areas, not the deserving people are getting the benefits. The like people who are well off are receiving the benefits. Like in agrarian belts of Maharashtra, etc., there were news that some farmers who genuinely needed the subsidies are left out, and the others who had moved to better income brackets are still receiving them. Previously, they were beneficiaries due to their lack of finance, but now they are well off, still they are receiving, but genuine people are left out. So that requires a flexible system. That means frequent updation of data is needed instead of the static criteria. For example, in Punjab, like there were issues that many families like who were previously well off, but suddenly due to one or other unforeseen occurrences like bankruptcy and all, they had fallen below the poverty line. But since they were previously well off, now they won't be getting this particular thing. Why? Because the system had not updated their status in real time. So that is one thing. Now the second thing, so that was about the inclusion and exclusion of people in the list and all. Now another important aspect is why we are giving these subsidies: to create a societal impact, to improve the people's life, to like pick them upward the ladder, right? But why these, like what if the social impact is not properly created? For example, in Rajasthan, like the government is giving educational subsidies for the education of the daughters, but they are using it to some other purposes, business purposes, or like for drinking alcohol or any other thing they are using. So that means, that indicates that these financial incentives might not ensure intended societal changes. So that point also government has to consider. Government should ensure that the societal impact is properly created by proper targeting of these benefits to the intended purposes as well. Now, whenever you are talking about direct benefit transfer, you cannot ignore the technology part. In Himachal Pradesh and all, in the remote rural areas, there were frequent server downtimes or server damage and poor network connectivity. That means whenever people are going to like buy the rations from the ration shops and all, the POS machine won't be working. So that emphasizes the need for robust technological infrastructure. And having this proper technology is just one thing. It should be, if it need to be effective, for that what is needed, robust governance is also needed. That means if people are having certain grievances, having certain grievances regarding the transaction failures. Okay, when I put my fingerprint in that POS machine, that is not getting recognized. Okay, that means government should have proper monitoring cells in the district level or village level. So that will make people more confident in the government system. So that all. So you have to tell, like, having technology is just one thing, but if it can be effective only with robust governance. Then you can conclude by saying that, okay, direct benefit system, it is having the promise of reforming government delivery. It certainly presents a paradigm shift in the service delivery, but it is having multitude of challenges, from technology to societal nuances, like whether it is creating social impact or not. Okay, that emphasizes the needs of a holistic approach. You should not only consider the bank account kind of thing. There is data inaccuracy issues, like identification of beneficiaries is an issue, whether it is creating a proper social impact or not, whether technology and governance is working hand to hand or not. So all these can only ensure the intended purpose seamlessly. With this, we can wind up.